Hi, this is Simon Leung back with G Live. If you are joining us live, give us a hashtag live. If you're joining us on the replay, give us a hashtag replay. And I hope that you had a nice weekend and that you are enjoying a very good start to an upcoming and exciting week. Now, just a few days ago, if you have been keeping up with some of our recent live shows, you may have remembered that I gave some updates about GrooveWebinar, not just about the live webinars that I not only have been doing for you, but also the additional webinars that I will continue to do, as well as some brand new ones that we're planning for additional time zones. And also, we gave you a little bit of a glimpse on the brand new Sandbox mode of the automated version of the upcoming GrooveWebinar app. So if you want to check that out, I highly recommend that if you somehow missed it, that you go and check out our YouTube channels so that you have the opportunity to see exactly what I'm talking about. Oops, it looks like this one is my own personal channel, but as you scroll down, you'll see that you can see it right here as well. The one that I really do want to show you actually is this one. The one that I really do want to show you though is this one. There's too many YouTube channels, but it's obviously good that you connect with us to all of them, simply because we never really know which ones will go down. If you're not able to connect with us on our Facebook groups or pages, sometimes that does happen. So definitely, whenever you do see the opportunity to do so, check out the ticker right below this video or above and below in the description, depending on when and where you're watching us. Find our social pages, social channels, and social groups. Make sure that you join them all so that you have the opportunity to connect with us on all those platforms. But the other one, this one is the GrooveCM channel. It's called GrooveWebinars Updates. So you might want to check that one out as well. And of course, if you are joining us on our Groove Asia channels as well, the one that was just about 3 days ago, the one that's called Groove Asia live, new updates on GrooveWebinars, that one would be the one that you will want to take a look at. But today, we want to focus a little bit more about the actual GrooveWebinar app itself, because if you actually watched that replay, or maybe you were actually there, what you may have noticed is that I asked if you wanted to see a live demo of the all-new GrooveWebinar, obviously, albeit it is in Sandbox mode and it's not ready for prime time, but it is ready for you to play around and test around as well. So with that, I did ask if you wanted to see whatever was available, and the response was an overwhelmingly yes. Okay, and so today, if you haven't seen the demo already, I do want to show you a video from Mr. Mike Filsaime himself. Obviously, he's not live with us right now because it's about 3:30 a.m. his time, wherever he's at. So he's going to be a little bit busy, whether he's doing whatever he's doing or he's in bed or whatever else. But the good news is that on the recent State of the Groovian, he actually gave a live demo on exactly what it looks like right now if you are watching us live. And so with that, I do want to show you, if you somehow missed it, the live demonstration of Mr. Mike Filsaime walking through the GrooveWebinar setup process. And this one, yes, is in fact for the automated version of the software. So it's going to be very exciting, especially if you're going to be like me, who will obviously be doing a lot of evergreen stuff. All right. So with that, it's going to be about a little bit over 10 minutes long. So if you're interested in watching this demo, make sure that you sit back, relax, and watch as Mr. Mike demonstrates how this software actually works.
GrooveWebinar. Let's go over to here, back to, all right, you're going to notice right here in the apps, we have now added webinars, and webinars are here in Sandbox mode now, and we're starting with automated webinars. And so you'll be able to see all of your webinars are here. Any webinar that you've been invited to be a host. So if another user of the system is using GrooveWebinars and they've invited you to be a host, you'll find it here. It's kind of like a shared folder in a Google Doc. In something like GoToWebinar, you don't have that ability. They don't show you shared webinars. So what you have to do is you have to Skype the person or text them or say, hey, dude, can you get me the, a link to log in to GoToWebinar? And they have to say, hold on, let me log in and get you your presenter link. Now you'll always be able to get your own presenter links. So these surveys are surveys that will happen inside the webinar. It's not Groove Survey. The same thing, these are polls that will happen inside the webinar. This is where you'll find your analytics, and this is where you'll find your settings, and you can do things like canned responses and things like that. Walking through setting up a webinar, you could create a new webinar or click edit, and this looks just like the regular interface. So we're going to be starting with automated. Once this is complete, we're going to then do live, then stream, and then conference. This will be like Zoom. This will be like StreamYard. This will be like GoToWebinar. And then you just walk all the way, go all the way through, save and next each step. Unroot these buttons right here. They have to come here, right? The exit and stay to stay up here, but the save and next goes right here in the wizard. Oh, and by the way, all of this UI is right now what I would call 0.5. It's all structural, and then our UI guys are going to come in and clean this up just a little bit. But basically, you're going to set up your all of your stuff here. This is where you're going to put in your video player, whether you allow them to go full screen. You go to the next step, save and next. This is where you choose your video or add a new video for your automated webinar, or you can just choose from your own video library here. And then once you're done with that, we're automatically going to pull in the duration for you, right, Unroop, so they don't have to put the duration in here. But if you upload your own video, you'll have to say how it is, Unroop, and we're going to get rid of this here, and we're just going to allow them to put the input hours, minutes, seconds. So that I know is going to be coming. But again, we're in sandbox mode right now here, so let me just move on. Hold on just a minute.
While you're opening that, I'll let everyone know what sandbox mode is.
Okay.
Sandbox mode is basically a testing environment that lets you go in and play with the software on the app. Some things like external webinar links will be disabled. You won't be able to actually start a webinar, but you'll be able to go in and see it, play with it, set up a webinar. It's basically a testing environment that allows you to see what it's going to look like before it's ready to go live.
Yeah, we're letting you see what we see. We have access to this normally, so we're letting you get to see it now, and you actually see the work that's happening, and you're seeing all the updates. All right, select the video. Let's do this one. Oh, maybe I need to just put anything in here. All right, so I think I didn't put in a timestamp there before. So presenters, here you can add a new presenter, right? I would put, the person that's going to be presenting, Mike Filsaime. Is he a moderator or presenter or host? We put a little bit of the bio, upload their image, and you click add. And then you can, that person will be here, and then you can just keep adding presenters and presenters and presenters. So let me hit save and next, see if it's going to allow me to move on. Okay, so now you're at schedule, and this is where you schedule all your settings. I'm not going to demo all of this stuff, guys. It's in sandbox mode now. You can actually go and see this. You can't build a webinar that can go live, but you can actually build a webinar. And so this is all the schedule settings. If you're familiar with EverWebinar, this is the very, very same thing. All of this stuff here, this UI stuff is going to be cleaned up over the coming week, but this is where you would set that up. Let me see if it allows me to continue without adding any of that stuff. This is all of the stuff that handles the simulation. What do you want it to look like when it goes live, etc. Notifications, post webinars, replay, etc. So this is GrooveWebinars. This is Unroop told me today that we believe that you're going to be able to be using GrooveWebinars by July 1st. Now, I believe I'd rather tell you the same thing with GrooveMail, July 15th. I'm very, very comfortable telling you that you'll be able to start running your automated webinars on July 15th. We're 95% there with all the code. Then, so we got about 5% left to go. Then we're gonna do a UI pass, and then the next thing that we're gonna do, and the beautiful thing is that it's currently being worked on right now with Groove Pages. So let me see if I can find something here from David. 1 second. In fact, I have it in my sheets here. Let me see, it might even be in my presentation. Show templates, there we go. All right, so we have dozens of webinar templates that you're going to be able to choose from. When this comes out, we're going to show you how you actually connect this because they're going to be Groove Page webinar templates that you will connect your webinar in GrooveWebinar. You will say, okay, this webinar is connected to this webinar funnel. So if you remember back in when we were showing you the screenshots, right here, we were saying that you can go in and you can manage funnels and webinars. You would click on webinar funnels and the same thing would happen. You would see all of your different webinars that you have, and then you would link any one of these webinars to your GrooveWebinar over here, so that way they know which set of pages. So this right here is one. This is what I was saying, was that we are creating templates for an entire webinar funnel, where something like GoToWebinar doesn't give you templates. Something like Webinar Jam only gives you a registration template. We are giving you a themed, colored template that goes all the way through for every one of your pages. The webinar broadcast room, get rid of that. That's not being designed by our designers. That's going to be handled by GrooveWebinars. So this is your webinar registration page. This funnel would get an upsell page. This is a replay page, an order form page, a webinar confirmation after they register. And let's just open this one, see what it is. So this is your webinar registration page. You'll be able to, this is going to open up in Groove Pages. So it's not going to be a template like in Webinar Jam where it's abstract. You'll actually be able to take this template and modify it any way you want, and all of these buttons will automatically link to the registration modal. This right here will be the upsell page. So this particular page comes with an upsell. You don't have to use it. You'll tell the software that you don't want to send somebody to an upsell after they register for your webinar. And then they'll just go straight to a confirmation page saying, great, you're registered. But many people, many of my friends, what they do is they get you to register for a webinar, and then they give you an upsell before the webinar. And they say, hey, buy this special discount. And I have a lot of my friends that spend money on Facebook advertising, and they break even just on the upsell, and all their profits come in the webinar. Next, again, here a webinar replay page looks like this. So this is a replay of everything. When you're done with your webinar, you just paste the video that we give you here, and all of this is automatically going to pull the replay video in for you. So this page is just going to be instantly ready because it's connected to your webinar. When you're ready on your webinar, like sometimes we're doing a webinar, we say, okay, there's only 500 units that are going to be available, go buy right now. You'll have a page that looks like this. This is the order page. This is where you can put your checkout widget, and people can come, or you could use any one of the regular pages in Groove. This is the webinar confirmation. This is what they'll get after they register, but we're also putting in some dynamic things that are going to tell them this is the date, this is the room, and all those different types of things. And here's another version of a webinar confirmation. This is more like it right here. Reserve your spot. All this information is going to be dynamic. They'll get their link and they can add it to their calendar. It's all going to be built in. So you'll be able to choose from, at first, 8 to 10 templates, and then we hope to have dozens and dozens of templates for you. So let me go back to the keynote here. All right, so when we are in GrooveWebinars and we look right here, we see, okay, those are all of our presenter links. I clicked on links. So this is how you're going to be able to get your links for your replay, your presenters, and invite people and embed the box on your website, all those different types of things there. But let's just click that edit button. I think this is the one that I just created. Well, let me just let this load. I'm just going to hit my back button here. This is what I wanted you to see here. This is the automated webinar, as we said, is going to be going live next month. And that will be GrooveWebinars, and you can start using it for your automated webinars. The live webinar component will start right after that. That means we've built basically the shell, and we have all of the streaming technology already done from another project that we're working on in parallel. So I believe that you'll probably be able to be using, it'll probably take us 2 months to get the live webinars done. So you'll be having Groove webinars automated in July. In September, you'll have the live. You'll probably have Groove Stream will probably come, because that's very easy. That's going to probably come with this. That'll probably both come in September, or if not, this is October. And then the conference software will probably come in November. All right, and that's how we're knocking these out. It'll take us about a month to 6 weeks to do each edition, because the framework is already there. And that's your update on Groove webinars. We'll definitely keep you updated on that. But now again, it's in Sandbox mode. Donna, you spoke about what Sandbox mode was while I was having a little issue.
I did. We talked about Sandbox mode.
Okay, great.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, I don't know about you, but definitely some exciting times ahead, especially with Groove Webinar. For me, I've been waiting forever on this. I don't know if you are aware, I do a lot of webinars, whether they are for Groove or whether they're for my other businesses. It's just a big part of a lot of the things that I do to grow my own businesses and to generate leads, make sales, and things like that. So whether it's live or whether it's automated, it's going to be absolutely awesome when it is ready. And especially if you want to promote some of the upcoming webinars that I will be doing, not only for Groove, but also with Groove Asia in 2 different time zones. We are definitely going to make the most out of all these different tools, and Groove Webinar is definitely something that we've been waiting for a very long time. So with that, before we let you go, I do, of course, want to make sure that we say hi and give a shout out to just a few of you who have been so patiently watching this and really at the edge of your seats, as excited as I am, hopefully, for all this really cool stuff that is about to happen. We got Kevin, who has joined us, #live. We have a friend on Facebook who is saying hello, good morning, was playing a bit with the Sandbox version of the webinar feature, and I hope you've had a lot of fun and more and more. I don't know how much you've been playing around with it, but every single day I see improvements. Even over the weekend, we see different changes, and of course, all these updates are happening all the time. So chances are, if you play around with it today, tomorrow, the next day after that, you're going to see some additional improvements, and we're just inching closer and closer towards the completion. We also have Trader Rob, who's joined us, and he is asking, can I use Groove Webinar for employee and member onboarding, or would Groove member be better? Now, the answer to that, Mr. Rob, is, of course, it depends on how you want to do your onboarding. When it comes to onboarding of different employees and members, sometimes, for me, I like to use email. So if you're asking me, the kind of the different types of onboarding that we're doing, if it's just informational, then we just simply use email. And then if you notice how the Groove onboarding series works is they send you an email and then it goes into the membership site. So that's something that you can do as well. You can use eventually Groove Mail to go ahead and send them the information, right? And send them the link inside the email to your Groove member so that you have all of your information in there, right? It's a membership site. You have the videos already. You have every piece of article and content that you would want them to use if you're just onboarding them. However, if let's say you want to onboard them in a slightly different way, you want to meet with them, you want to do something like a Skype or a Zoom or something like a Facebook Live where you're actually interacting with them. Or if you recall, a couple of weeks ago when we did the launch event, right, we had multiple people on the screen at the same time using StreamYard. Well, of course, when Groove Webinar comes out, you have multiple options, right? You can use the webinar version, or you can use the live stream version, which I believe is also supposed to work in a very similar way as what we saw last couple of weeks ago on StreamYard. So you will have multiple ways and multiple methods of onboarding your employees as well as your members, depending on your own personal choice. Okay, so if you want to interact with them, then highly recommend that you use something like Groove Webinar, especially with the live stream feature, because it allows you to meet them just like with a Skype meeting, or a Facebook video meeting or with a Zoom meeting or whatever along those lines, right? GrooveWebinar will be able to do those. So hopefully, Mr. Rob, we're able to help you to answer that question as well. In addition, we also have Groove Pages Training saying #live. Very good to see you, Mr. Nicholas. GrooveWebinar. Love the Sandbox. Yes, it's absolutely awesome. And like I said, it just continues to improve every single day. So definitely a lot of very, very exciting stuff that will be happening. We also have another Facebook user saying awesome. Awesome work. Congrats, Mike and team. Yes, definitely. Congratulations is in order. They've been working very, very hard on it, especially our developers. And I was talking to our lead guy en route earlier, and obviously there's a lot that still needs to continue to be done, but we definitely appreciate him and everything that he does, because on the Groove Asia side, he's also helping us to create a lot of different things as well. Groove Pages Training also saying this is going to #change the game. It already is, right? We're already intending to make everything that we do even better than ever. And so all of that is definitely very exciting times. Trader Rob is saying, in case of multiple presenters, can we add introduction videos to be played before each presenter starts? I would presume the answer is yes. To be perfectly honest, I have not played around too much with it, and obviously the final product is not done right now. But the good news is, of course, you have direct contact with me. I have direct contact with Mike, as well as en route. Any features that we feel would be needed and would improve the product, I guarantee we would get that done. Okay, so just like how with StreamYard, obviously they're able to do that. You see the introduction videos that we do, you see the outros that we do, you see the videos that we play in the middle of it, just like what we did just moments ago with the mic demo video, right? I presume that all these will be additional features within the GrooveWebinar, because we always strive to not only upkeep with that quality, but we're going to do even better than them. Okay, and so we're obviously aiming to be the #1 in the industry for every single one of these. And so whatever features we want that will improve it, I'm pretty sure we can get that done. We also have Mike Patton join us and saying, hi there, marketing Mike. Hi there, marketing Mike from Tampa Bay, Florida, USA. Okay, so I guess marketing Mike is his new nickname. Great, cool. We also have another friend saying, great to hear about Groove Webinars. Yes, we're all very excited about it. Groove Pages Training is also saying, hey, Mike Patton, great to see you here. Welcome to the #live. We also have Chinar Emart saying hello. Super welcome, #live. And then NX Profit is asking, is the CRM accessible or is there one? Is the CRM accessible or is there one? I'm not sure. Actually, I cannot understand what you're asking, but the CRM is what Groove is all about. So if you're watching us and you haven't signed up yet, make sure that you get your free CRM account. It is accessible. We're all using it. It's going to be better and better. And it's an all-in-one complete platform that you will be happy that you will be a part of everything that we're doing. All right. So with that, I want to thank you for your time here today. That is all that I have for you. In the meantime, if you haven't already, make sure that you do subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, as well as join us inside of our private groups, because I promise you that before this week is over, we are going to be giving you some additional updates, probably some more announcements, and definitely other very important things that you are not going to want to miss out on. Okay, and whenever the brand new updates, even better ones, as soon as they're ready to get announced, they are ready. I will be amongst the first to come up here back on the show and let you know exactly what those are. So make sure that you turn on those notifications so that wherever it is that you might be joining us around the world, you still at least be able to join us #live or not too long after the #replay, because of course we want to make sure that you don't lose too much time. You're amongst the first to hear about all of our updates, many of which are definitely time sensitive. And so I don't want you to miss out on any of that. All right. So on behalf of the entire Groove team and myself, I want to thank you for your time here today. Have yourself a great rest of the weekend. If you happen to be in the other side of the world, or if you're like me, who are in the Asia side, or if you're in Australia or somewhere around this part of the world, have a great rest of your Monday and a great rest of the week, because we are going to be back very, very soon to share a lot more cool stuff with you. All right, so take action right now. Let me know if you have any questions. And as always, I shall see you on the inside.
You gotta get into the groove.